player will.
Welcome back, Visions fans. Ready Player Will here. This is both a little bit of a news update and a patch update for the new content that dropped today. And yes, we did have maintenance overnight, and then we had some extended maintenance, and then we had some emergency maintenance. So finally got into play the game this morning with all that had come out, and briefly talking about some of the larger news overall. We did have two new units released this week. One of them is Halloween Alaya, one of them is Exia, and we'll talk about both of their banners and strategies you might want to use to pull on them. We also have limited Guild Wars starting this week. Today, at the time of this release, is a mock day, but tomorrow, the 18th, is the first day of limited Guild War, and a class match should be live today as well. So lots of other forms of PvP content. We are getting imminent map changes for Arena and Free Match as well, which should be on Monday, I believe, and next week should also reflect the 5 times free match points. I misspoke, they are alive today. So definitely go ahead and do your free matches, 5 of them daily, to get these 5 times medals. These medals alone will allow you to purchase all of the SP potions for Esper upgrades in the free match shop when those reset every 5 or 6 weeks or whatever it is. And so this week, if you do log in every day, they do have a login bonus for us of the Halloween type that you are getting Alaya shards, Exia shards. You are getting 300 Visior today, alongside some of the goodies of the Select Awakening and Fragment of Thought tickets. In terms of the daily purchase bonus, you are getting the Alaya shards, not the Exia shards. And so if you do spend the 60 paid Visior per day, you will get the 5 Alaya shards and the big 35 pack and the 10 pack on those 5th and 7th days, respectively. You can also get 100 Halloween Alaya shards if you acquire 5,000 paid Viz alongside 100 Rainbow Scrolls, and this week it's a little bit easier to hit that 5,000 than normal if you are looking to make some purchases, because this week we got a reset of the pack H, and so now for the half price you can get the 6,000 paid and 4,000 free Visior. They also have a Halloween special starter pack here too for the $8 that you can purchase twice. I typically do this just because I think it's a rather economical way to get some small bit of paid Visior alongside all of these other goodies. I in particular am always looking for rainbow experience cubes and even the skip tickets. I am a big fan of skipping stuff when I can, when possible. I am going to go over the banners in just a second, but some other quick shop things here. They do have the Halloween Deluxe shop. Most of it's unchanged from what we see on a week-to-week basis, but they do have a Halloween special pack here that for the 300 paid, you can do this twice, and you can get a 10 summon ticket here. So if you are looking for reissued Halloween units, I would look at this. I'll be honest, though, I would not roll on the Halloween featured banner, though. They have better banners for reissued Halloween units if you decide to pull them, which admittedly I don't think you should, but we'll talk about that more in the banner section. They do have the regular Halloween shop here where every single day, I think it's every day, this should recur upon reset. You will get at least one pull ticket for that banner alongside some rainbow cubes, which again I personally appreciate. You can also get the Halloween unit Mind Spheres here for 1,000 Visior if you should choose. This is technically economically favorable considering that normally for 40 shards it's 2,000 Visior. So if you are looking for some Mind Spheres, this is definitely one to look at if you are in need of some extra. In terms of the rest of the shop, I don't think there's anything else here that's particularly different or noteworthy other than the UR Esper pack. I always bring attention to this because for the 1,000 Visior, you do get a select element skill potion, and the most important one here is the black skill potion, which you can use on the neutral espers like Bahamut, Odin, and Dark Bahamut, where normally you have to convert at a very egregiously bad conversion rate these elemental ones for those. This is the one chance where you can really economically get them the SP notes otherwise, so shout out for that. The other shop items here, they do have one for the Halloween units. They do offer a paid bundle here for Halloween Alaya of 6k paid. You will acquire the unit in the 200 shards. I'm not going to say whether worth it or not because it is a reflection of the character value, which is a whole different kind of video and conversation, but I think this is, relatively speaking, a decent value considering you have the pack H that refreshed today. So you buy one of those, you get the login bonus of the 100 Alaya shards. You can now buy this. If you really like that unit, I think that's probably the most economical way to go about it rather than the 18,000 free viz that we'll talk about in a second. But they do have the other normal things here. They have the 10 summon ticket for 300 paid viz. They have the two 10-time tickets for the 3000 viz. Again, this not a huge fan of, just because I think paid is more economical in many other ways. They do have the feature ticket that buy this, use this, see if you get lucky. I'm going to go ahead and buy this right now and hopefully pull this together. Also, as always, I highly recommend buying anything here in the shop that has Gil associated with it, so you can toggle that filter here. Definitely go ahead and do that. The same is virtually true in all respects for the Exia shop here, where you can buy Exia for the 12k paid, and that's because she's a 100 cost unit, whereas Lai is the 70 cost. You get virtually many of the same things here, but you also have very similar tickets here. And you know what? I am going to buy both of these while I'm here, and I will put them into the end of the video here for a little fun YOLO pull exercise. See if we can get lucky on video here and make sure I get these tickets too. And same thing, buy out all the Gil things that you can for Exia. Highly recommended. Obviously get the shards, get the memory, mind spheres. There is a Halloween featured shop here, but this actually is underratedly very important, because for Gil here, you can get these select reissued Halloween unit shards, which, if you already have these units maxed, means that you can get these as mind spheres. So for 100k Gil, you can get 80 mind spheres for Halloween units. And even for the vision cards here, these are select vision card shards. So if you are acquiring these for the first time or trying to complete them, highly recommend this bundle. This is fantastic that they offered it. Really applaud them for doing so. And obviously all the job memories that come with it too. Which brings us to the summon banners. And there is a little bit of a strategy to go for this week. I do prefer filtering here to get a better understanding of what you can summon from. The new unit is Exia here, where pretty standard 3 different kinds of banners. One of them is the regular pity bar of if you summon 20 times, you will get her on that pity. I do prefer, and I do recommend this, that if you are pulling her, go for the 4-step summon first. Not only is it overall more economical viz-wise, but you can have the benefits of getting the mind spheres and unit shards along the way. If you don't get her at the end of these 2 laps, then you can transition to this one until you get the 2000 medals that you can then pity her. There is obviously the paid option here too. This is relatively unchanged though, so not a lot to comment on that. The Trials of Mana banners are still here, but I think that's old news. There is some Halloween banners though to talk about though, because you have the Halloween Alaya banner, and this is the same concept as we just talked about as the 20 pulls to get her on that 21st pull. Don't recommend doing this. I much rather recommend going for the 9-step. This is 18,000 free Visior, but along the way, you get a lot of really good goodies here. You get 80 unit shards, 80 mind spheres for when you want to try to get her to 120 and 140. You also guarantee her on that 9-step, obviously, with some other things like the tickets and broad stones and blossoms along the way. So this is typically one of the best values here, and it is an increased drop rate, so hopefully you can even get her before that 9th step. And there is a paid option, but do not do this. Just buy her for the 6k paid if you're really trying to max her, if only because I think it's more valuable to get the 200 shards and all the fragments that come with it. You can do this 3 times and not get her at all, so don't do this. Don't waste your paid viz here. But special mention, they do have this banner that is like a general select Halloween feature. Would not recommend doing this. The way this works is you get to pick one of the old Halloween units, and then on the last step of it, and as you summon, there is an increased drop rate for them. The thing with these units, these are unfortunately rather power crept, and I don't even think the TMRs are really all that exceptional for them. Halloween Lucio's is okay. Halloween Ryu's used to be an exceptionally strong TMR. That's not the case anymore with how much re-raise remove there is. So this banner, not a big fan of, because quite frankly, they have more favorable banners if you really want one of these units, and it is these 2. So this one in particular, the way this works is you pick which one you want, and you can only run this banner 1 time, but you will guarantee this unit on the 5th step. So for 8,500 Visior or 8,500 Visior, you can get one of these 5 units. If you really wanted one of them, I would say it has to be Halloween Lucio. I don't think the other ones have aged nearly as well or really bring you any kind of value. But if you really want them, this is definitely the best way to do it, at least for the free Visior, because there is a paid option. You can get the unit at level 120, and you can pick who you want. So yeah, in terms of priority, this to me is the easiest priority, given that you can literally, for 2k paid, pick exactly who you want. 8,500 free viz, in my opinion, is just far better suited for pulling holo vision cards or a variety of other things, but certainly it's up to you how you want to either spend or not spend. Regardless, none of these units are worth the Visior, in my opinion, given what we have. But if you really want one, this is the way to do it. But this is the absolute must, and this is where I think your Viz is best spent. This is a select vision card banner. You get to pick which one of the 4 vision cards you want. And it's for 10,000 Visior that you can lock this in. I'm telling you guys, if you do not have the Halloween Lucio Vision card here, this is the one on the very far right. This is certainly in the must-pull category for a majority of the accounts. If you did not get this last year, this is your time to get it this year for the 10K Viz. Honestly, not the worst value. That used to be the standard price for these vision cards anyway. Very, very honorable mention here to the one on the far left here too. This is the Nightmare Before Halloween vision card. This is another exceptionally great job-based vision card with the added benefit that there's a skill on it. It's a triple hit ability that is a unit resin peril that is near mandatory for any kind of PvE max damage content. This is a very, very valuable vision card. The other two, much less so. They're not bad. They're not amazing. I would not spend 10,000 Viz on either one of these 2 vision cards in the middle. But yeah, absolutely do this if you have not had the Halloween Lucio one yet. I hate to say must pull, but it is in that category. And that wraps it up for what we have for the Halloween banners. And so at this point now, I am going to put the little cherry on top of this video and do the summons for these. We'll see if I get lucky. This first one here is the single ticket summon. And God, wouldn't this be awesome? Nope, it is a bronze. I'm not even going to wait for this to change. Unfortunately, SR Little Leela, good to see you again. We do have the 10 summon that we will hopefully get a little luckier on. That silver, maybe one of these converts. I think I've said this in my other pull videos. If I see silver, I'm more willing to wait out the animation to see if it converts at the end. I don't think this blue diamond's going to convert 2 levels to a rainbow, though, and it's not. So, unfortunately, we're getting Lorayla there. Okay, so we struck out on our 300 for Halloween Alaya. I'm still undecided myself if I'm going to go for her. I might, just on the basis of the pack H, where I typically do get all 3 pack H's. I think those are pretty awesome value, but we will at least see if Exia is in the cards here now. We'll go for the regular one-time summon, see if I get lucky. Doesn't seem to be the case. Swing and a miss, thanks for trying. And then we get to go for the 10 pull here. And I am absolutely getting Exia. I'll likely use the 12k pay to get her. This unit is gangbusters good, and so I'm going to go for her. I obviously would love for it to be sooner rather than later, but I've been burned on the pity a little bit too much as of late that I can't really risk pitying another unit, particularly because I need her vision card next week, so I'd rather save my free Viz for that vision card coming out next week, alongside all the other stuff that's coming out in the future, let's be real. But fingers crossed that this gold converts to a rainbow at the end here. Maybe? No, unfortunately not. So, didn't get lucky here, but that's okay. There's still other opportunities to acquire these units, but that's the news release and the patch update for now. Thanks for watching, everybody. Good luck pulling if you so choose, and I'll talk to you later.